So thank you so much again for agreeing to meet with me. And you just mentioned that you were planning on taking me on a tour of the Canva offices.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for having me. So this is our boardroom, and let me take you to meet the wonderful people behind the scenes that have been making Canva happen.
That's great.
So that's our kitchen, and this is the wonderful team.
Wow.
Hello.
That's awesome. It's a huge space that you've got.
Yeah, we've got a great team working on it. We're very crazily trying to get it to new heights all the time.
Absolutely. So I love the artwork as well on the back wall.
Yeah, thanks. We've actually had an artist fly over from Perth. He's done the art in our 3 offices. He did one in Perth and then one for my other company, which is down the road, and then Canva here. So he's a fantastic artist. We're really lucky to have him.
It's so beautiful, and it also embodies so much of the brand image that you've created as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, it's beautiful. So, Melanie, thank you again so much for agreeing to talk to me. And I mean, some of the people that are watching this video too, they might not know exactly what Canva is. Maybe you could just give like your quick 30-second overview of the software.
Yeah, sure. The concept for Canva actually came about when I was teaching design programs at university. Students really struggled to learn the basics of how to design. And so I realized that in the future, design would be all online and simple and very collaborative. And so that's what we've built with Canva. It's an online design platform that enables everyone to create beautiful quality designs very quickly.
Oh, awesome. That's so cool. And I mean, maybe you can also walk me through kind of what the process has been like for you since you actually came up with the idea.
Yeah, sure. So I took the concept that we then applied it to my first company, which is called Fusion Books. And so that's an online design system for the school yearbook market. And that really took off here in Australia and launched in France and New Zealand. But schools were constantly asking to use the design program for all sorts of things, their school marketing materials and canteen menus. And we're like, surely there's other programs available that can do this. And we looked around and there certainly wasn't. And that was like 5 years afterwards. So went on this crazy mission to San Francisco, meeting investors and learning about venture capital and investors. And then we were very fortunate to get some great investors behind us. So we've got the founder of Google Maps, Lars Rasmussen, the CFO of Yahoo, and a bunch of other really crazy, amazing investors who've been able to help us put together our investment. And we've ended up with a great team of engineers who've worked on all sorts of things like Google and other products. So it's been a really big whirlwind. We've been developing for 18 months. And this week we're about to hit a milestone after launching for 5 months of 200,000 sign-ups. So it's been pretty crazy.
Wow, that's incredible. And would you say that most of your users are actually coming from Australia, or do you have a more global base?
We have a very global base. The biggest country for us at the moment is the US, followed by Australia. But then we've got people from all sorts of corners of the world, which has been quite exciting, even seeing it being used in other languages where we hadn't even planned on having support at this stage, but people were just testing its limits to see where it can go because they want to use it in Japanese or Korean or sorts of things. So it's been very fascinating to watch it spread.
Wow. I mean, I think it's just amazing seeing the whole journey that you've been through, and really you're able to just take an idea and go from that simple concept to something so huge. So I'm curious what your number one strategy in that whole process was.
I'm absolutely certain there's one thing that you need other than a good healthy dose of luck, and I think it's just determination. So being committed to this idea, like the idea came about more than 6 years ago now, and have just been working day in, day out trying to achieve it. Been very fortunate to get, rally a lot of great people behind us. But everything took time. It took us a year to, like, a full-time searching to find our first engineer who would join us. No one wanted to join us at the time. And then the same has applied with investors. It was 3 years from when I spoke to an investor to when we finally landed investment. So I definitely think a lot of determination goes a long way.
Oh, that's so wonderful to hear. You know that I work with so many, especially women, small business owners, and they start something up and they go, wait a minute, this is hard. How come
Yeah.
it's so hard? Nobody told me it was going to be like this. And it's just so nice to hear from you that, oh, yeah, you did face quite a lot of challenge at the start.
Yeah, definitely. It's you constantly sort of going in the opposite direction to the grain. When I was at university, sort of the path, of course, that's well trodden is to go and get yourself a job. But I actually started Fusion Book 6 months before I even graduated, so everything has sort of been against the grain. But it's such an adventure, and you get to have so many experiences and work with such amazing people.
Oh, incredible. Wonderful. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but you know that I'm a professional organizer and I'm always going into things with that kind of like organizing perspective, right?
Yes, definitely.
So when I went and I discovered Canva, I was just blown away completely because so many of my clients are coming to me going, oh, I just need to resize this image for a website. Can you
Yeah,
just go and do it for me? Because they don't have
yeah,
Photoshop, they don't have Illustrator.
yeah,
And Canva is really fixing this fundamental problem that small business owners face, this huge barrier.
yeah.
Was this something that you sort of anticipated from the start, or how did that evolve?
Absolutely. So, well, you realize that in small business, everything becomes sort of design based to some extent, from your marketing materials, all your social media content, even just trying to send a thank you note to your clients or a card for a special occasion. It's just constantly you're having design needs, and these days it's not sort of an optional thing to have things looking good. You want to look professional, and you want to get your brand image out there at all times. And so I think that it's become such a necessity for small businesses and so much pressure that I think that's why Canva's been taking off so well, is because it is actually to help people out to look professional and to look good in front of their customers.
Oh, it is just like a godsend, seriously. So what I love is that I can go in and like I already have the brand image for my clients. I can go set up templates for them within Canva, and
Yeah,
then they can do their social media or their Facebook cover. They can go in and actually update it on the go.
that's exactly right. That was another really fun thing about Canva, I think, is that collaboration aspect. So we've had a lot of designers working with their clients rather than having to send PDFs backwards and forwards. Like, can you change the spelling of there to there? You can
Hmm.
just send the client the link, and the client can make those text changes. So I think that's another powerfully fun aspect of Canva.
Oh, it is so amazing. Excellent. And I just have got one kind of little curiosity question too, sort of around the organizing. Obviously you've conceptualized this amazing software that is fixing so many people's problems, right? I'm just wondering for you in your own life, is there one tool that you love and that you can't live without that helps you be more organized?
That's a very good question. Um, I go through different phases. Like when we were first conceptualizing the concept for Canva, I literally had a whole bunch of sticky notes, and we were like thinking of all the different industries and all the different things that people have to do. And then like that moved into a notebook, and then into I tend to use design programs a lot. Like most of my mind mapping and conceptualization, I used to do in Adobe InDesign because that was just where my whole life lived. But now, obviously, we've got Canva. I can then send people links to my concepts and ideas. So I guess that's sort of really central. What else do I use? I use my diary. I use my Gmail calendar like all the time. That's a very important aspect of my organization. Um, and a notebook for ideas. I've always, like, since I was little, had a notebook where I'd like roll down my ideas for business concepts or for things that I'd like to improve or change, or just little thoughts and ideas. And anyone starting out in business, I think a notebook is like, despite the fact we've got technology, I think a notebook is a great place just to get that really raw data down so you don't forget it.
Yep, exactly. Oh, that's wonderful. So you've got your notebooks and you've got your Google solutions as well, keeping everything in the cloud, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't use much desktop-based software anymore, to be honest.
You almost don't have to anymore. I
Exactly.
mean, between all the accounting solutions, email solutions, everything, now Canva, it's almost like it's a relief for me because I go, wow, I can actually get my clients 100% in the cloud. It's
Yeah,
awesome. It's like
that's
filling in
right.
that little gap.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Oh.
Ah, So, I mean, I'm going to stop the love fest soon, but I'm just wondering if there's anything else that you want to share. Um, Any future plans for Canva or anything else?
Okay, future plans. Well, what I can say is that we've literally done 1% of what we expect to do with Canva. We're really just getting started. Over the next few months, you're going to see a lot of exciting things that really takes what you believe is even possible online, hopefully, to a brand new level. So we're really excited, and we've just been so overwhelmed by the feedback from people like yourself who is actually solving a pain point. You know, having a concept and thinking that this is the way of the future is one thing, and then actually seeing it make a difference and solve people's problems has been incredibly rewarding to the team.
Oh, that's great. So good to hear. Oh, wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for getting in contact and for all your support. It's wonderful.
No problem, and thank you so much for today. I know that the people watching this video are going to go, woohoo, I've got to go and sign up right now if they haven't already.